Testing, testing. There we go.
All right, we are back. Start of the men's game, and it is Illinois versus Michigan. We're excited.
Am I clear?
You are clear. We can hear you,
Okay.
CV.
Hello, everyone. This is CV. I know it's been a long time, but I know you all missed me, but I'm back. All right. And to start off to start off the men's tournament today, we have Illinois versus Michigan.
Yeah, a neat matchup here. Talking to Coach Tyree, talking about the Illinois team really searching for its identity,
Yeah.
and not just any identity, but the identity that's going to lead them to success on the court, and then eventually off the court, and not just coming out and just playing, but competing, battling. On the other side, you have a Michigan team, a new program that really is building, and so they're on a different place in their journey than this young Illinois team.
Yeah. Totally agree with that. This Illinois team, I heard the Big Cheese tournament was a really good tournament for them. They're just looking to build off from there.
And Fitzpatrick, he's going to win the tip off there for Illinois, and Illinois is getting straight into it. First bucket of the game, Sebastian Milan. He has something to prove here. You know, he has his parents here in the crowd for the first time all season. So he's here with a lot of support all the way from New York. And a quick turnover we have there by Martrell Stevens. He gets it to Grant Pierce. And they're able to get through on rebound. And we're going to have a foul on the floor.
Really liked where Illinois started their defense. They're starting up high, just below the mid-court line. What I like about that is that they don't have to jump out. If they start their defense on the three-point line, so often with the three-point shooters, you've got to go out. That gives up space. That gives an ability for a team to attack with a pick and roll. When you're starting that far up, you don't have to jump. You get to collapse constantly. So it gives you more time to effectively prevent the other team from getting into a threat position.
Indeed, and we have Grant Pierce, who hit his first free throw, and he's just unable to get that second one to go. But we see Illinois attacking here on both ends with aggression. And I think that's the emphasis that they want to have here on the day. You know, they're starting out with Michigan, and their last game of the day is going to be against Auburn, one of their biggest rivals. And they want to make sure that they keep the same intensity throughout, you know, not playing down to their opponent.
And here you can see that extended defense. Illinois is not having to jump at all, which means they're looking over their shoulders, they're seeing cutters, and they get to collapse in. They don't have to stay out, so they can take away those picking angles. They're really, really effective right now. They're seeing the court, they're communicating, and that's allowing them to identify the cuts and collapse.
Indeed, and it's going to remain Michigan ball here. And Illinois, you know, forcing a shot up there, and great defense there by the Illini.
Nice discipline by Sebastian Milan, like to not reach in there, but just continue to contest the shot.
Indeed, and he passed the ball up to him. Milan's going to take a three, and just a little too much, but Illinois able to remain with the ball here as Fitzpatrick, he's going to get a shot up. And it's tipped out of bounds. It will be Michigan's ball. You have Jack Bensfield playing some tough defense there. Looking to get a steal, and he almost had it there. And Michigan's able to score there, number 0.
Yeah, that cut came because one of the Illinois defenders didn't look behind and see the cutter and help in on mismatch.
Oh, and Jack Bensfield with a nice pass to Milan, and Milan going to be sent to the free throw line here.
Yeah, Illinois really, really aggressive coming to the basket, and Michigan just a step behind in being able to deal with that kind of speed.
And Milan, he's going to hit that free throw there. And he can't get the second one to fall. It's going to be 4-2. Illinois up early in the first.
Quick turnover by Michigan.
And Michigan having difficulty against that Illinois pressure.
Oh, and Milan, a tough layup there. And Michigan, they're going to need a timeout here if they want to talk things over.
And you can see Illinois in that attack in the transition, just spreading Michigan a little bit wide, and then Milan identifying it just a little bit of a fake one way and then attacking the back of the defender to cut to the basket. And his teammates doing a really good job keeping their head up so they see the cut and then can dump the ball inside.
Indeed. We're going to see what Michigan's going to do here right as soon as we come out of this timeout here.
Yeah, for Michigan to stop these cuts, they're not going to be able to do it one-on-one. They don't have the individual speed and chair propulsion. They're going to have to do it as a unit, which means they're going to have their teammates seeing behind them and communicating when a cut's happening to help on those cuts. They'll give up outside shots as a result of that.
Michigan bringing the ball up the floor here. They're trying to create something. You know, so far just unable to really find any offense, and we're going to have a turnover here.
Yeah, the Michigan player getting caught a little bit unaware, not quite familiar with where they were on the court, and spinning out of bounds.
And Sebastian Milan able to draw another foul.
Really unselfish play by Illinois. You can just see they're constantly looking for their teammates, looking for somebody to give the ball to who's going to the basket.
Nobody's and quick miss by Milan.
He'll shoot his second one here. Unable to get that to fall. It seemed just a little rushed.
But you can see with Milani, they're quality shots except for his arms just falling at the end of his shot. He needs to keep it up just a little bit farther.
Oh, and a nice turnover there that Illinois is able to force. Jack Bensfield going to be the recipient of those points there.
Nice outlet pass, nice transition pass. Up court, not too far. Let's Jack push right into it. Get an easy layup going to the basket.
It looks like they got another steal. And once again, able to capitalize. Grant Pierce with a nice bucket there.
See Michigan trying to cross and create some gaps, some picks against this Illinois pressure. One of the things Michigan's going to have to do as well, you can see some of their players off ball are cutting deep. They need to recognize when they get about 10 to 15 feet away from the ball handler, stop and be a post. They use multiple ball handlers against this Illinois pressure.
Yep, and right there, able to force another turnover. Illinois being very aggressive in what they do. Grant Pierce able to get a pass
And that's
out.
good.
to R.J. Fitzpatrick, who gets his first bucket of the game.
Yeah, Illinois doing a really good job. They're getting chairs on chairs. They're using their voice, and then they're contesting with their hands. So they're using wheels, voice, hands to put pressure on the ball.
And a miss from Michigan. Bucket.
Yeah, Milan's speed, really nice speed in the open court.
Yeah, Michigan really just unable to find any offense here, and I think a lot of that is just a credit to the very tenacious defense we've seen from Illinois here. Looked like just a miscommunication there. They were just unable to get a pass off. And it looks like they just had to force a shot up there, and it was short. He had defenders all in his face there. Illinois able to force a nice turnover. Grant Pierce able to get another shot to go as Illinois starting to pour it on here in the first quarter. Up 15-2. We see subs getting ready to come in for Illinois.
Yeah, there was an extended defensive player for Michigan that time, Forstner, and Jack Binsfeld came across, picked him. That opened up space for those cuts to the basket. It was a really nice play by Binsfeld that opened things up for his teammates off ball.
Indeed. Coming in, we have John Matthew Davis, Tanner Atkins, and Obi Olam.
So in a game like this, it's so important for Illinois to stay focused on the things they want to grow and to rotate in all of their players to get them minutes. These are valuable minutes where they get to take what they've been working on in practice and put it in a game, especially for a young team like Illinois that's still sort of learning how to take practice into game.
Indeed, this is a very young team. You know, there's a couple seniors on this team, but a lot of them obviously are seniors. You know, they're getting ready to graduate. Our very own Martrell Stevens. We have Moby. We have Noah. And those are the vets on this team. But outside of that, this is a rather young team comprised of mainly sophomores and juniors.
Yeah, this is a young team that's still trying to find its identity. You know, it's a good group of athletes, good group of students, good group of people. What they have to learn how to do now is how to compete, how to bring everything to a moment on the court, whatever that might be, to get a rebound or a pick, and be able to completely attack and finish that moment, and not just do it, but compete it and battle for it.
As we see Davis getting 2 quick buckets right there. Illinois is rolling so far in this game, up 20-2 with a little over 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Milan, a little too much on that, but Davis with the rebound and able to put it back for 2. Illinois up 20, looking to continue this scoring spree that they are on.
Great hands by RJ.
Yeah, Michigan just really struggling to find any sort of scoring here, and we're going to have a timeout. Illinois.
Yeah, so Illinois' defense right out of the gate, really difficult for Michigan to handle. They need multiple ball handlers to help them against Illinois pressure, and they need to be able to create not just space from and between, but staggered space so they can attack with picks off ball against that pressure.
Indeed. We'll see what Michigan can try and do coming out of this timeout.
We are innovators, explorers, creators. We inspire each other and welcome everyone.
So one of the challenges for a young team in a game like this is continue to make progress, but they have to keep in mind what's the goal they set at the beginning of the year, and they've got to do something in this game that moves them towards that goal.
And Tanner Atkins' little jump shot there was a little too strong. And Illinois playing some real tough defense there.
It's like a shot clock problem, kind of working some bugs out of things. So we saw Illinois come out really aggressive, moving really well defensive, quick, sharp, attacking wheels, voice, hands. Are they able to continue to have that kind of intensity throughout the game, even if the gap in score becomes 20 or more points? Because that's a skill that they're going to need in a championship game.
Yeah.
And a nice block there. Illinois able to capitalize again. And a quick layup there by Davis.
Yeah, nice selfless pass offside. The referee blowing the whistle on that ball reversal. The ball's starting to come into the play where the man's down. Good play. Blow the whistle. Don't let anybody get run over.
Michigan looking to create something here. Everyone clustered up here on the right side. Shot clock starting to wind down for Michigan, and they're just going to settle for a shot there. And just another forced shot that they're unable to connect with the hoop.
Yeah, this is one of those things where it's going to be really difficult for Michigan to create with the ball. They're going to need to post it away and then attack off ball.
And Milan, he gets his way inside and draws a foul. Send him to the line. Cashes that first free throw. And he sinks the second.
See, that time he kept his arm up. He didn't let it just kind of fall forward in the shot.
Subbing in for the line is Joshua.
Josh Pierce out there, very excited to play. Always a very, very gritty player. I think his value to this team is very underrated. And Michigan attempting a three, and off the front rim, gonna carry him out of bounds. And Illinois will keep the ball here.
That shot was a great example. Illinois got a chance to collapse back in, then rotate, just get a hand up, and they forced that long three by the Michigan player.
Ooh, and Tanner Atkins able to get his way to the rim and try to reverse layup there. It was just a little short. And everything just looking a little too short, a little forced for Michigan. And Illinois taking advantage of every single opportunity that they're getting here.
Yeah, Michigan having a tough time when the Illinois defense is extended. They're not able to create the kind of space and attack with picks and cuts across the full space being offered. And when Illinois is collapsed, there's no space and they can't get past it. You can see in this line by Illinois, it's a really good defense, and they're flattening out. What Michigan has to understand is they've got to keep space from about 6 inches space so they can move. Then they got to get about 10 to 15 feet between each Illinois player, and then get it staggered to create picking and cutting angles. That takes time. They got to be a bit more patient doing that. It also means they can't all attack at the same time. They've got to attack one at a time. That means they're going to have to coordinate their offense.
Tanner Atkins with the ball here. About 12 seconds left in the first quarter. Fitzpatrick looks he's going to attempt a three. Ooh, just a little short. And Illinois up huge in this first quarter, 28-2. Obviously, Illinois in very high spirits. But let's just see if they can keep their foot on the gas here, not letting up and staying true to their game plan that they've had for this game and for every game moving forward.
Welcome to Napleton's Auto Park of Urbana, with 7 manufacturers and nearly 1,000 vehicles in stock. Our commitment to you doesn't end when you purchase a vehicle. We're committed to giving you the best ownership experience possible. Keep your vehicle running right with regularly scheduled maintenance from our experienced team of factory-trained technicians and our brand new state-of-the-art facilities. Napleton's Auto Park of Urbana. Why go anywhere else?
The University of Illinois was built to serve everyone. That means we're building solutions for you, no matter where you are. From growing food and expanding healthcare to training teachers and first responders, you'll find us in every county in our state and every neighborhood across the nation. As a public university, our impact isn't just for those who study here. It's for your family and your community. No matter where you are part of what we're building. You are an Illini.
The way they've been doing it, that won't help them when they play Alabama later. That won't help them playing UTA. And so they have to figure out how do they create that kind of game from Michigan so they can practice against it. It's not quite as quick. They're ready for when they're playing a team that is quick.
Absolutely. Start of the second quarter. We have Illinois up pretty big, and I think we're going to have a different lineup coming out here. Oh, looks like the same lineup that we had in the quarter.
Yeah, I would fully expect to see Illinois going deep into their bench and playing everybody today.
And a 3-point attempt by Michigan. Little off. Looks like we lost our scoring at the end of the feed, but
Excuse us for the technical difficulties. But we have Illinois with 28 and Michigan with 2.
and another bucket there by Illinois.
That makes it 30-2. There's 9 minutes and 5 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, so Illinois easily getting to the rim here on one-on-one cuts, especially off ball. They just have more speed than Michigan, a lot of spots. That's great to use those. They're also going to have to figure out and practice some other ways of scoring against this Michigan team.
And Tanner Atkins unable to get that to fall, but John Matthew Davis with the rebound. He's a little short. He can't get it to fall. Michigan rebound. And a turnover there. Just brutal. Tanner Atkins, a little too much there. RJ Fitzpatrick, he gets the ball and he scores there.
Yeah, we could see the athleticism of the Illinois team and the speed that they bring. There's a precision, though, in their execution that needs to be refined a little bit. I like the sportsmanship from Fitzpatrick going over and helping the Michigan player up. Should be able to compete and battle fiercely and still be a good sport about it.
Oh, and Binsfield with the steal and the bucket. And got some scoring difficulties here in the game, too.
But, oh, yeah, I see. I wonder how that happened.
It just read at 160-2. Crazy. And a shot made by Michigan. Finally here. Giving them a second bucket.
That's after about 17 minutes. No. I'm sorry. About 14 minutes of scoreless play from Michigan. They finally get a bucket.
Nice cross pick by Binsfeld there. Really unselfish. Go pick for his teammate. Get them open for a wide open layup going to the basket. Nice defense by Illinois. Really good job by Joshua Pierce, going straight up with his hand and not reaching into the cylinder of the other player and getting a foul. Still able to contest and change the shot.
But another forced shot up there at the rim. Michigan being forced to just take really long jump shots here, which I think is really Illinois' game plan. You know, just really fluster them on defense and just really force them to take tough shots here. And that's what they've been doing so far this game.
Yes, so much of this game boils down to really pushing those screens out from teams that want to run a 2-on-2 screen game and make them take long twos.
And looks like we're going to have a foul on the floor. It'll be Michigan's first time at the line here. They really look to seek some points, trying to get something on the board.
As we watch Michigan, they've really struggled to get to the rim. And they're still just learning how to create the space they need patiently to be able to cut or pick together to get to the rim.
And he missed the free throw, but able to get his rebound, and Michigan's going to keep possession here. And a great defensive possession there.
Yeah, Illinois is so quick to go out and contest the ball. You really don't see Michigan getting a chance to one move with the ball. So Illinois is getting a chair on a chair. You can see them talking and yelling, and so the voice is a distraction. And then you see their hands getting into the ball, poking at the ball. So those active hands, it really makes it difficult for Michigan to cleanly handle the ball.
Yeah, and I think that's been one of the biggest emphasis points. I know, especially last year, one of the biggest things that would just frustrate me about watching the guys' team is that they play really, really good defense, but then they would never contest shots, especially when there's really prominent shooters in this league getting ready to shoot shots. And I think that's been one of the biggest additions to the defense, one of the biggest additions Coach Tyree has made an emphasis on, especially in practice, because it does a lot. Just throwing players off their game, getting them out of their rhythm, and just altering their shot. You know, it does more than it may seem.
Yeah, when you talk about teams beginning to establish an identity, and Coach Tyree talking about wanting this team to be a team that is fierce, that battles, that competes, one of the things that's an indicator of that is you're getting touches on the ball. You're attacking the ball. And so if they're doing that, they're being who they want to be.
And Grant Pierce shot a little short.
You can see right now the Michigan players, other players aren't looking to be ball handlers. They're not looking to post from the ball for the ball. That's really reducing the ball movement. That's reducing the attack.
Another one.
And we're going to have a timeout here. Looks like we lost our our scoring at the bottom of the live stream there. But we'll just narrate the score so we figure out a solution. You're not missing much for all our viewers. It's 40-5. Illinois up big. They're playing very well. Very persistent in what they're doing. I obviously would assume Coach Tyree is just coaching them up on all the coaching points that they've been going through this weekend. You know, they've been having mock games. They've been having scrimmages. They've been having just a lot of emphasis on a lot of the coaching pieces, individualized offensively and defensively, that they're implementing in this game.
Yeah, what I like about Coach Tyree is he's just as intense now as he was the very first time out that was called in the game. So he's really trying to make sure that he's communicating, this is who we are. We are intense all the time. We compete all the time. For Michigan, it'll be so important. It's to use this game as a learning experience.
And Grant Pierce able to get that one to go.
Yeah, they don't need to do everything right. They need to pick a couple of things to improve in this game. They're a young team. Improving those things takes some steps forward.
Another miss by Michigan.
Great pass from Noah. Benskill with the bucket.
And I think in a game like this is where you're going to see Illinois start to try a lot of new things, testing out their strengths and a lot of the things that they're able to do, testing out lineups, seeing what works for them.
Great hustle play. Great hustle play by Binsfeld. That's the kind of thing you want to continue to see, is that kind of hustle throughout the game. So he's always got that attending. That's who he is. He's going to attack like that, whether it's Michigan, whether it's Alabama, whether it's UTA.
We got Pintor out there, the freshman, playing some nice defense. And another turnover there by Michigan, stolen by Binsfeld. Oh, and a missed layup there by Binsfeld. He's going to want that one back.
Yeah, I thought he was going in. There were a couple of times where I've seen some of the Illinois players, they were on the left side. I thought they were going to go in, they were going to scoop it with their left hand. That one, I thought he was going to reverse it on his right hand. So I love how Binsfeld's playing, though. Like, there's no off switch on him. He's going full tilt.
On both sides of the floor as well. I think that's another really important thing. As Michigan scores another point there.
Well, playing with that kind of intensity is a skill. And younger players have a tendency of relaxing at different points. What veteran players know is they know how to keep that switch on.
And Binsfeld just racking up assists here. As we are looking at the score here, Illinois up 46-7.
Let's hope Grant can make it 40.
Oh, and they get their own miss. Too much. And it will be Michigan ball with 58 seconds left in the first half. Binsfeld with that rebound. 40 seconds left. And turnover there. And kind of wonky play there, but Michigan able to capitalize somehow and get a bucket there.
Yeah, tough cross-body shot by Delgado.
Oh, and the freshman able to get his shot back, and a nice pass there to the paint to Binsfeld. And Illinois able to score before the half end. And that will be the end of the first half.
Yeah, great read by Pintor, to thread the ball right back in there. Unselfish play. Nice cut off ball to not quit on the play and sit and watch the shot from outside with time running out to continue to finish.
Yeah, Illinois up big, 48-9 as they head into the second half. I'd imagine they're feeling pretty good about themselves here and just the rest of this game moving forward. But the key is to not take their foot off the gas in the second half. And we'll see how they respond second half. I think there's a lot of coaching points that Illinois needs to take from this first half, but also just lessons that they should take into the second half with them, especially as they start to play much harder competition throughout this tournament.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how demanding they are of themselves, having almost an expectation of precision, a higher level of precision from themselves, like literally almost perfect execution, because they're capable of doing that against this particular team. And on the other side, Michigan, it's staying focused on the things that they need to grow. And that biggest thing is offensively understanding how to create space first, and then from there continue to grow, but starting with space offensively.
Indeed. We will see you all at the start of the third quarter.
Welcome to Napleton's Auto Park of Urbana with 7 manufacturers and nearly 1,000 vehicles in stock. Our commitment to you doesn't end when you purchase a vehicle. We're committed to giving you the best ownership experience possible. Keep your vehicle running right with regularly scheduled maintenance from our experienced team of factory-trained technicians and our brand new state-of-the-art facilities. Napleton's Auto Park of Urbana. Why go anywhere else?
From harnessing the transformative power of computing and data sciences to discovering new ways for environmental and agricultural sustainability, to opening new pathways for better patient care and medical discovery using AI. At Illinois, we develop and deliver ideas that positively impact the world.
The minutes between contractions, the hours a loved one is in surgery, the first steps after a knee replacement. When it comes to your health, we know you're counting on a lot. At Carle Health, you can always count on us. In these moments, and in all the moments to come, delivering exceptional care, providing compassion and support, working together as one system across every community we serve. Because this is where care counts.
This is the moment of a lifetime. The clock's ticking like my lifeline. Until I flatline, I push it to the red line. Who gon' stop me high? Who gon' stop me high? Breathtaking, a move that I make, I give it everything I got. Cause that what it takes, I push the limit till it break. The heart of the brave, the soul of a legend with the will to be great. Hold up. The soul of a legend with the will to be great. Hold up. Who gon' stop me in my moment? Who gon' stop me when I'm going? You can't break me, I don't back down. Like a king, give me my crown.
Do you remember when we first started this journey together? We ventured forth and forged a bond. Made to unite, made to perform. It was a new partnership. We found new ways to excel despite the odds. We were built for each other. It was the first time I felt like I belonged, like I was a part of something bigger. Together we faced adversity and embraced it. And with you by my side, I've become better, more durable, stronger. Because what others see as limitations, I see as strength. Our community has fueled my fire. Together we've rewritten the narrative, unlocking doors to a world of possibility. I'm proud of the journey we've taken, to be a part of something truly groundbreaking. I see a world where limitations are shattered and possibilities unlocked.
Performax, empowering athletes and redefining limits for 25 years.
We are innovators, explorers, creators. We inspire each other and welcome everyone Create your next experience in the Champaign-Urbana area.
From its beginnings as a single stately hall in 1867, the University of Illinois has twined its way around the hearts of Illini. Today, we invite you to explore its twists and turns, discover its hidden treasures, and encounter its home in your heart. As you pass through our halls and navigate our grounds, the bricks and marble and worn paper of past generations, you will discover your own place, your own essential seed of inspiration. At Illinois, our students seek themselves in the light of wisdom passed down by previous generations. They seek tradition in the warm welcome of the Illini Union's hallowed halls. They seek travel between the pages of long-loved books. They seek spirit in the bite of fresh fall air at Memorial Stadium. They seek knowledge in the classroom and camaraderie with their classmates. They seek contentment in Altgeld's chimes echoing across the quad. And as they seek, they stretch toward the realm of possibilities that lie beyond Illinois, while planting roots in the foundation of a timeless community. As the university continues to radiate outward through the education of thousands of individuals, we invite you to consume, create, and flourish under its illuminating tutelage, and find a home in our...
All right, we are starting the third quarter here. You know, if you're just tuning in, Illinois is up 50-9. Illinois kind of just really trying to pile on the huge workload that they've done in the first half. Just trying to find points to build off of. Trying to, I think, switch up some new lineups, get some new looks in. Coming out, we're going to have a different lineup here. But, yeah, I think that's one of Coach Tyree's biggest coaching points, you know, staying consistent regardless who's out there and learning how to close games.
Yeah, the precision of their execution will be a really good indicator of how focused they are. This Illinois team, and it's a young team, is really, really focused. We'll see precise execution.
Oh, and a nice quick pass by Bensfield as he caught that inbound pass, allowing Davis to score there.
Yeah, such an unselfish team. You constantly see them willing to give the ball up and make that extra pass.
Bensfield, I want to say, leading this team in assists as he gets a steal there as well. And a bucket. You know, he does it all.
Yeah, he did a great read on that pass. He read the shoulder of the offensive player as they're getting ready to pass, cut into the passing lane. Great read and anticipation.
And it looks like we have our scoring back up. We are back in business, people. We're going to have a quick timeout.
So one of the things I'd love to see from some of the Illinois players, it shows that precision. As they're attacking the basket sometimes now in the open transition, use their non-dominant hand. You see some of my former athletes chuckling in their living rooms right now when they hear that.
Coming out the timeout is going to be Michigan ball. And they're just getting swarmed here. Fitzpatrick staying with his matchup there. And shot clock is just dwindling down, and I think there's going to be a foul. Nope, it's going to be a turnover.
Yeah, you can see the Michigan player. He lost track of that spacing again. Got too close to the sideline.
We have Martrell Stevens coming up the floor with the ball, one of our seniors on this team. And he gets a great pass there inside to Fitzpatrick as Fitzpatrick finishes that for two.
Now here's a spot where Michigan can take their time, not quite take their time, but not be rushed to create the space that they need.
And another steal by Illinois. Converted on the other side.
So watching Michigan, they're running into the Illinois defenders. It sounds like a trite thing to say, but they need to stop short, keep space and movement.
Yeah, I think a lot of, I guess you could say the shortcomings of Michigan just comes from just general inexperience. This is a fairly new team, and playing against more experienced teams such as Illinois, you kind of just see the differences in style of play and just general pace that they play at.
Yeah, and so the steps that they want to take, they just want to continue to build those little pieces of their game. And each year, and with each team, with each game, they'll grow and they'll become more competitive. But you have to give them a lot of credit because they're starting from not having a program at all till just a few years ago starting their program. And it's really phenomenal what they're doing. And really, really important at expanding opportunities for these student athletes to be able to grow fully. This is really good. You can see Michigan's packing it in, so Illinois has to think, how are they going to pull Michigan out so they can create opportunities going to the basket?
And Illinois having really nice ball movement there as Fitzpatrick able to get his jump shot to fall.
Yeah, it looks good, the long, jump shot going in and that type of thing. But if they end up having to settle for that against a team like a UTA or an Alabama, one of those teams or an Auburn, then if they do that all game, they're not going to be as successful. They're not going to put 60 points on the board in less than 3/4 of the game. So you need to think about how they're going to practice getting to the rim.
Right, as Fitzpatrick, he gets his way there on that bucket there. Able to get a nice look.
Nice pressure by Illinois. They're not letting up defensively. They're continuing to put chair on a chair, attack with their voices, and attack with their hands.
And a great bucket there, great steal. Great way to just get to the bucket there by Davis.
Yeah, Molam used a great job sealing, crossing, coming up the court so his teammate could get to the basket. You can see Michigan here. They need a little bit more space. Then they need to communicate how they're going to attack with cuts or picks.
And a shot clock violation by Michigan as they're just struggling in these late clocks to find any offense.
So for those young players that are out there just starting out, one of the most important things you can do as an offensive player, keep about 6 inches of space from the defense so you can move and execute. The advantage the defense has is contact. You take that advantage away from them by having space.
And a little miscommunication there. They can't get that pass to connect. It's going to be a turnover. And Davis, another bucket. He's having himself a nice little game here. Michigan just moving the ball around here pretty well, but
yeah, they're swinging it from balls from two-person games on either side. That's fine. The gaps for them to attack are at the elbow. You saw in the last game there were crossing attacks by the Illinois women against the Alabama women. Those same crossing attacks are open here for Michigan. You can see the huge gaps in space up high, and it's a crossing attack, not a high, low, low, high.
And another forced turnover by Illinois. Gets it ahead to Davis. And Davis just feasting, cherry picking, getting as many points as he can here. And Fitzpatrick a little late on that layup. It was short, but he gets a second opportunity.
Yeah, you still see in these moments, you're seeing the Illinois players crossing for each other to get them open on picks. You see them giving the ball up unselfishly. That's good to continue to see.
And another steal, another turnover. And it looks like RJ, he's just trying stuff on these layups now. He wanted a reverse, so he got it. Gonna have a timeout here. We got 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Illinois is up 76-9.
Hi, I'm Sparky from Rainbow Sandals. I spent 40 years making these sandals for you. Hope you enjoy the ride.
Michigan with the ball here. And another steal by Illinois. Getting the ball ahead. Milan with the ball. And he, I think, was looking to pass it off but wasn't sure. It was a little short. The play's going to end in a turnover, though.
So much better crossing that time. Really nice job by Michigan. They spread out the Illinois defense. Then they started to cross and pick and attack. And they got right to the rim. That was a really good possession by Michigan. This is one of those ones where they want to keep it on tape and they want to show their players exactly what that space from, between, and then staggered looked like and how they cut and picked as they were crossing to get each other to the rim, both on ball and off ball. Really good possession.
That foul is going to be on Jack Binsfield. I think that's his first of the game. Send Michigan to the line. So hopefully getting double digits here. And they are still unable. Another one. And a three-point attempt by Michigan.
Delgado's seeing a little bit of daylight and trying to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're trying to get anything that they can find. And Binsfield looked like he had a layup there, but he swung it out to his teammates.
So Michigan really effective a couple of possessions ago against that extended Illinois defense. When that Illinois defense gets collapsed, different gaps open up and they have to recognize those. Yeah, they got out of their 2-2 game, which is on the wings, which is good. And what they did was they actually attacked through that cross attack.
And a missed shot, but they're able to get their own miss. And it looked like Binsfield tried to get a scoop layup there. It was a little short as he fell, and it's going to be a turnover. And another turnover, though, but Illinois, they're getting their own misses, and Illinois just struggling a little bit here at the rim.
What I liked about Martrell when he got that ball, the first thing he did was look up offside to look for that cutter. He knew somebody was going to be there. He didn't know where, but he wanted to see him. I love that anticipation after the steal.
Michigan able to score a bucket there. And a late shot clock. Sebastian Milan pulling for a three. It was in and out.
And he's got a great look there. I mean, it's not a bad look. I think he just needs to slow himself down a little bit. He's rolling into it too fast. He's got plenty of power to get it there. He doesn't need to be going that fast. Slow himself down. And that'll be more effective when teams start jumping out because he'll be able to pick and roll out of a slow roll versus the fast roll.
Indeed. Illinois is up 78-11 at the end of the third quarter. We will be right back for the fourth.
From harnessing the transformative power of computing and data sciences to discovering new ways for environmental and agricultural sustainability to opening new pathways for better patient care and medical discovery using AI, At Illinois, we develop and deliver ideas that positively impact the world.
Point.
Start of the fourth quarter. Believe Illinois is going to start with it here.
I'll be really interested to see if we see Illinois able to keep their intensity and their focus, the crispness of their execution.
Milan able to capitalize on that pass, and he gets a steal. Bensfield rolled on out of bounds. Wasn't able to hold on to the ball.
So some nice aggressive defense, but just a little bit sloppy on their passing. And that's that lapse in concentration sometimes you see in younger players. So one of the things I know that Illinois is working.
And the ball tipped out of bounds. It's going to remain Michigan ball. And another late clock attempt by Michigan. Milan able to get that bucket to go.
Illinois starting to collapse their defense back and in tighter.
And Milan crashing out there. I think he was looking for a foul there.
I don't think he's going to get that call in this particular game with the score where it is.
Another three-point attempt. It is just short by Michigan. They're just trying everything that they can.
That might be a little bit outside Delgado's range.
Yeah, just maybe. Grant Pierce has the ball here for Illinois. Illinois with 82. Oh, Pintor shot a little left.
Tough shot to take. You know, lots of shot clock left. Taking it just inside the three-point line, so it's a long two. These are the types of things where you want to show discipline, pause, see if you can pull those Michigan players out, and then pick and roll, because you're going to need that skill against UTA, Alabama, other teams.
And a good look, great three-point attempt there by Milan, but just doesn't fall.
You see the Michigan player there picking up a an offensive foul. So this is an example of the space thing Michigan needs to work. They're running into the defense. You want to stop before that so you've got space. Make the defense come to you as an offensive player. Then you can control the direction they go.
And Sebastian Milan dabbing up his teammate who just got fouled there. They'll send Josh Pierce to the line.
One of the things I like when you're watching, I always like to watch the bench of the two teams, and I like how you see Coach Tyree. He's moving up and down the bench. He's not just sitting in one spot. He's continuing to coach. He's talking to his players, moving up and down, talking to individual players, using the time on the court as time to teach. This is it. It's going to make steps here forward. That's going to move them closer to reaching their goals. He's using all of this time and not wasting any of it. At the other end, same thing. You see the coach from Michigan. Same thing. She's constantly teaching and growing her players and not sitting back and leaving the game to just kind of do whatever.
Indeed. I have a question here on this free throw shooting. I was watching them shoot free throws in practice one day, and they told me that when they shoot free throws, they're kind of like slanted or like at an angle when they shoot them. They don't shoot them like straight facing the basket. Is this something that you've heard of before, or is that common?
Yeah, so you take a look right now, and you see Joshua Pierce's chair's slightly turned to the left. So his shoulders are open. Because he's got his shoulder open, his right shoulder, it's easier for him to follow through high. That what happens when you're shooting square and you go to follow through, you'll end up going across your body and your shoulder will internally rotate. You won't be able to get full extension of your arm. So you want to turn your chair slightly so that you can follow through high in wheelchair basketball.
Okay. Good to know. Milan off the glass for two. And a three-point attempt. They get one to fall.
Yeah, Delgado, nice job, like turning and seeing the defender collapse in and then attacking the back of the defender with that three, and he took it well, squared up.
Oh, and Milan tried to answer it. Can't get it to go though, and just short. And Michigan with some quick offense here.
Yeah, nice pass by Tinen. I was waiting for him to make a left-handed hook pass. That's a tough pass that he threw with his right hand, but he got it there.
Grant Pierce with the looked like a free throw there. Gonna stay Illinois ball.
You can see the level of intensity of Illinois just dropping a little bit. They're not going to the basket quite as hard. They're not quite as focused on some of their shots. They're still executing, getting some of their crossing picks. This is a spot where you really want to have one of the leaders on Illinois step into the conversation and remind the guys they've got to play with intensity. Remind them of the level that their execution's got to be at throughout the game.
Illinois playing some tough defense under the rim there. Great seal there by Pintor. Ooh, but Sebastian Milan unable to get his free throw to fall. Regardless of the score, he's got to get those easy ones.
Yeah, these are those moments where you do. And this is part of the journey that Illinois is on right now, part of finding their identity. It's going to come through one or two of the leaders on the team. The team will take on a lot of the personality of a team captain or a leader on the team. And so this is one of those moments where that captain or that leader will speak up and say, hey, guys, we're starting to relax a little bit. We want to continue to play hard, play focused and precise. And then communicating that to let up against a Michigan team is in some ways can be a sign of disrespect in not giving your best effort. There's ways you can do things that are still respectful without rubbing a score into a team's face that still have you playing your hardest. You can see it's Michigan ball tipped out by Illinois.
Oh, and a block there. Force a turnover. And it looks like Coach Tyree's going to call a timeout here. Wonder what switches we're going to see going on. It looks like we got Jack Binsfield taking off his warm-up shirt. I think he knows he's getting in this game here.
So Coach Tyree continuing to rotate his players in. Probably talking to his players right now about how he wants to see the game finished. Because so often what ends up happening is you take the end of your last game into your next game. And the competition's only going to get tougher for Illinois this weekend. And they've got to make sure that the game they take forward is the game that moves them towards their goal of getting to the national championship game.
Indeed, their next game after this is against Auburn, who, last tournament they were in Alabama. Illinois had a great weekend, but their one loss came from this Auburn team. Auburn is a very tough, well-disciplined, well-coached team with skilled players all around, and Illinois is going to have to bring their best if they want to come out with a win against that team.
Yeah, there's a lot of parts about Auburn that last year they were a young team, and now they're just gaining an experience. So they've gone through this journey or are going through this journey similar to Illinois, being a young team that's trying to establish their identity. Really nice power pivot by Fitzpatrick. We've seen Illinois really consistent in their ability to jump passing lanes. They're seeing the court well and anticipating the ball going in the air and getting into those passing lanes. It'll be interesting to see if they can do that in the next game against Auburn.
With a couple seconds left on the shot clock, and another turnover there by Michigan. Fitzpatrick looking to get a pass to Davis, and Davis scores the bucket.
One of the things I do like about this Illinois transition is that even in a game where they feel like they're faster than the other team, I still see players looking to cross and set picks. And that shows a discipline they're going to need moving forward.
And another turnover. Pintor to Davis.
So you can see one of the things Michigan has struggled with, it's allowed Illinois to steal the ball, is their mechanics in posting for the ball. They tend to sit still. That allows that jump into the passing lane. They need to move to the ball in an open space and control the passing, so those jumps can't happen and Illinois can't steal the ball.
Great hands there by Atkins. 5 seconds left. And Michigan able to get a rebound, but they are out of bounds. Oh, Davis shot a little too much under the rim there.
Yeah, but nice seal by Atkins to open things up for him to get to the rim. Yeah, one of the things we've seen is that team play, that selflessness of Illinois hasn't stopped throughout the game. You still see teammates picking for each other. You still see the extra pass to get a teammate the ball going on the cutting it from the offside.
Fitzpatrick for three. And it's just off, but Davis unable to get the putback to go. Davis with the steal. And Illinois gonna hold the ball here as they put on an impressive performance. Doing what they were clearly expecting to do this game and executing in all phases of the game through all 4 quarters.
Yeah, tough game for Michigan, but there were a couple of possessions they did a really good job. And those are the ones they need to focus on and teach out of those possessions and build from that. They need to see that they could do some things when they focused on their execution. And Illinois loved the intensity at the beginning of the game, the way they were playing, the way they were attacking, and the selflessness throughout the game, picking for each other and the extra pass. It'll be interesting to see if they continue to both teams take what they've done well and add it to other things in the next games they play this weekend.
Absolutely. Your final score will be Illinois 93, Michigan 16. We'll be back for the women's game when they play Arizona shortly here, and we'll be back then. Thank you for tuning in to this one. Be right back.